Listen carefully, because something deeply troubling is emerging in this courtroom. Ntanzi says he never hired Mjiako. He says there was no proper consultation, no mandate. But here is where it becomes explosive. Ntanzi claims that Mjiako proposed a deal, that he should agree to the crime and then point out the killers of Senzo Meiwa in exchange for money. If that is true, then the question shaking this trial is simple. Who exactly sent Mjiako? And more importantly, will Judge Ratha use Section 186 to force the truth into the open?
There is this other thing that is also niggling me. You consistently maintained that you basically distancing yourself from Mr. Mjiako.
Kunokunye futhi ke okungihluphayo kuyinto nje oyisho njalo nje ukuthi uyayiqhelanisa noMjiyako.
Yeah, angimazi.
Yes, indeed I don't know him.
And we have also consistently maintained that you don't know who told him that you were arrested, who gave him instructions to come and see you, who paid him, how did he get to know about you? You know, all those factors around one knowing each other. Then you're saying you don't know how he actually eventually came to see you.
Ukuthi kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi ezazobona ubani wamqoqa ukuthi azokumela ubani wayemkhokhela ubani wamtshela ukuthi uboshiwe futhi ke konke nje lokho awukwazi.
Not so?
Yeah, angikwazi.
Yes, I don't know about it.
Ngoba bayena namanje angazi ukuthi wayebizwa nafika akazangiphendula.
Because up until now, my Lord, I don't know as to who called him, and he never answered me.
And Mr. Ramusipile, in his interaction with you, asked you whether is there any document that came from Mr. Mjiako, and then you said you signed nothing.
Wakubuza kubaba kaMsipini ngapha ukhona yini wakusayinda ke okwakubuya kuyena uMjiyako washo ukuthi akunalutho wayisayinda.
Akunalutho ngase.
There's nothing that I signed.
Thank you. You told the court, if I'm not mistaken, at Tabang, that you wanted to open a case against you. Why was that? Why did you want to open a case against you?
Wayitshela inkantolo eThabani ukuthi ke ufisa umvukela icala. Bakungani ufisa umvukela icala?
Ingoba nkosi enkantolo mangekhona. Mina akezi kimi ngimthole court.
It's because, my Lord, if I go to court, he wouldn't come. He doesn't come to me, or he didn't come to me. I would find him in court.
At the court umela.
And then in court he will say he's representing me.
Bese ngiphinda mina ngizibuza ukuthi mangene court yini indaba ecourt engangibuza ukuthi uyamazi nokuthi ngithi mangena ngiqhamuka ngomnyango ngibona umuntu usesukubili uyakhuluma sengitshena uToli kodwa ngathi yanzi icala liyahlehla so bese kuthiwa futhi phuma nami.
And the other thing is, my Lord, the other thing I would ask myself is why would the court then not confirm with me, ask me if the person is representing me, and then when I enter court, the person stands up, the person addresses the court, and then it's the interpreter that will then inform me that the matter is being postponed. Thereafter, I would leave the court.
Ngoba okumqoka nje kimi nkosi enkantolo ukuthi angitshene ukuthi watshena ubani ukuthi ngiboshiwe. Okwesithu angitshene ukuthi ubani umuntu amkhokhelelayo ngoba umuntu okhokhela imali.
Because what's important to me, my Lord, what I wanted to know from him is who informed him that I'd been arrested, and who was providing him with the financial instructions.
Ngoba namhlanje ngilapha akaze ngithole phansi.
Up until today, as I'm standing here, I never received an answer.
No, don't worry, you'll get them very soon. Now, you know the reason why I'm asking all this, ne? Is that Mr. Mjiako, by virtue of him being presented to court here, or the document that were presented here at court, is an officer of this court.
Isizathu sokuthi ngibuze lokho ke ingoba ke uMjiyako ngoba ke kunephepha ke landluliswa la enkantolo ukuthi ke naye ke usebenza enkantolo.
And when I say is an officer of this court, I'm not literally referring to this court, but is an officer of each and every court where he goes and appear.
Angikhulumi nje ngale nkantolo kodwa ngikhuluma nje ngenkantolo noma yiphi inkantolo la ahamba ayosebenza khona.
Therefore, there is something in law that is called, he owes this court a duty uberimai fidei. In other words, he needs to be extremely faithful in his interaction with the court.
Kufanele-ke ngendlela asebenza ngayo noma enza ngayo-ke izinto-ke enkantolo bekuthi-ke lokho ukwenza-ke ngokona thembeka.
And that also is enshrined in the Code of Ethics that is there to control and to govern the conduct of legal practitioners.
Kuyatholakala lokho-ke kunala khona-ke abameli baziyo-ke noma-ke okubhalwe phansi-ke ngokwendlela abameli ekufanele bayiphathe ngayo.
Now, I won't get into the dynamics of that because that's it's not the terrain for this matter. But when I'm looking, and I've said I've got some few concerns. When I'm looking at the dispute that is supposedly there between you and him, this is something that is very central to your case.
Kuba-ke bangibuka-ke ungazwani-ke okukhona-ke phakathi kwakho naye ukuthi yinto leyo-ke ehambisana-ke kakhulu-ke necala leli noma-ke ukuyivikela kwakho ecaleni.
The state is saying you were represented by Mr. Mchiako when you were taken for the confession, and you are saying, I do not know that person.
Abashushisi bathi-ke ngesikhathi owuya ngaso-ke ukuthi uyogonyuluka-ke umuntu wakumele kwakuwumjiyako wena-ke uthi akumazi loyo muntu loyo.
Now, hence I say that is very central to your trial.
Ingakho-ke ngithi lokho-ke into esemqoka kakhulu-ke kwicala lakho.
And you say you want answers.
Futhi-ke uthi wena ufuna iy'mpendulo.
Not so.
Kunjalo yini?
Yebo, noma ngiphendule umthetho.
Yes, up to now I'm still looking for answers.
Because I'm going to tell you, Mr. Ntanzi, that this court is empowered in terms of Section 186 of the Criminal Procedure Act to mero motu call a witness to come and explain something to the court that the court would want to clarify himself or herself on, if that issue is central to the issues that the court would have to determine at the end of the day.
Ngoba-ke inkantolo kunomthetho-ke oyivumelayo-ke ukuthi-ke ingambiza ufakazi uma kuwukuthi-ke kunodaba-ke ekufanele ufakazi loyo azochaza enkantolo.
Now, the court can do that, Miromoto is upset, or there can be an application from either of the parties that are before court, that the court, wherein the court is implored to use its discretion in terms of that specific section.
Noma-ke noma imuphi-ke ubameli-ke angasenza-ke leso sicelo leso ukuthi inkantolo imbize umuntu loyo.
Now, just to amplify what those provisions of the Act are, they say the court may, at any stage of the criminal proceeding, subpoena or cause to be subpoenaed any person as a witness at such proceedings. And the court shall so subpoena a witness or so cause a witness to be subpoenaed if the evidence of such a witness appears to the court critical to the just decision of the case.
Ngana-ke lo mthetho uthi-ke inkantolo ingakwenza-ke lokho nangasiphi-ke isikhathi nokuthi-ke uma ithola-ke noma inkantolo ibone ukuthi-ke ubufakazi lobo buwubufakazi-ke obusemqoka-ke kulona icala.
Now, as I'm saying, from where I'm standing, the dispute that is, I'll call it a dispute, the dispute between yourself and Mr. Mjiako is central to the just decision of this case.
Ingakho ke ngisho ke ukuthi lokhu ke lo daba lolu ke lusemqoka kakhulu ke kwicala lakho.
But that is something that you, and I'm saying this with the greatest respect that I have for everybody here, you will take that up with your legal representative, Mr. Ramusipili, on whether or not you would want to get real answers from the horse's mouth.
Ukuthi ke ngempela uzofuna ke impendulo lokho ke udaba ke lokho ozodingida nommeli wakho kwakungamthipile.
Do you understand?
Yes, alright.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's be clear. The Mjiako issue is no longer peripheral. It is becoming critically central to Ntanzi's defense. Ntanzi maintains that he had no relationship with Mjiako. He says he never briefed him, never consulted him, and never authorized him to act on his behalf. But Ntanzi goes further. He alleges that Mjiako placed a proposal before him, that he should agree to involvement in the crime, then point out the killers of Senzo Meyiwa in exchange for money. That is a very serious claim. And if that allegation remains hanging in the air, the court cannot simply look away, because now the questions multiply. If Ntanzi is telling the truth, who was Mjiako representing? Who authorized such a proposal? And under whose instruction was he operating? These questions go directly to credibility, professional conduct, and the integrity of the proceedings. And this is exactly where Advocate Manisi applied pressure. Manisi reminded the court that legal practitioners are required to act faithfully. That reminder was not accidental, because if there was no proper mandate, and yet serious proposals were being discussed, the implications become extremely uncomfortable. Then Manisi pointed to Section 186, the court's power to call a witness essential to a just decision. Now the million-rand question becomes unavoidable. Is Mjiako now essential to the truth in this trial? Let's look at what is on the table. Ntanzi denies any mandate. He alleges a deal was proposed. The source of Mjiako's authority is unclear, and credibility is now directly in play. If the court is to properly evaluate Ntanzi's version, Mjiako may well be a critical missing witness, and this is where quiet pressure may begin to build on Judge Ratha, because Section 186 exists for moments exactly like this, when clarity is required for a just decision. So now we must ask plainly, can this court afford not to hear from Mjiako? Is an evidentiary gap forming? And will Judge Ratha step in or hold back? One thing is certain, the longer these allegations remain unanswered, the heavier they sit over this trial. Should Judge Ratha invoke Section 186 and call Mjiako, yes or no? Drop your view in the comments. And as we close today's analysis, one thing must remain at the center. Justice for the Meyiwa family. South Africa is watching, the family is waiting, and the truth must be fully tested. If you believe justice must be seen to be done, like, come on. Subscribe for the next critical update. This is Skybridge, standing for truth, accountability, and justice. Thanks very much for watching. Until then, goodbye.